Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have this week's AstCa News Live and the 2023 Brazilian Grand Prix race commentary. And well, now we're about an hour and a half away, well no, sorry, not an hour and a half an hour away from the race start. Now once again, my fan is on in the background because if you'll remember back to a few Astoundcasts ago, you might remember that my phone overheated and crashed, so during live streams now, the fan will be on to prevent that happening for a second time, because that was all kinds of disastrous. So yeah, that's why the fan's on again. I know it's like middle of November, well, beginning of November now, but yeah, that's on to prevent that from happening again. Anyway, what do we have to discuss in AstCa News this week? Frankly, not much. Like, this week's been pretty slow. Of course, the sagaftra amptp negotiations have been continuing on throughout the week. And there is hope, albeit cautious hope, that the strikes could be over in the next couple of days. So, fingers crossed that that happens. Of course, as mentioned last week, the EA Sports World Rally Championship video game actually released earlier this week on Halloween, not the November the 3rd like I had heard somewhere. I don't know where I got November the 3rd from, but no, it was Halloween, so it is very much out now for you guys to go and play should you want to. I haven't yet picked it up. I will probably pick it up around the Christmas period, which is honestly not very far away. Of course, as you guys know, my birthday's coming up too, so I may very well buy it as a birthday present for myself, if I have enough money left after Christmas. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be hopefully picking it up very soon. And of course this week, we had an announcement from Pokemon that the second half of the DLC, the Indigo Disc, will be releasing on the 14th of December. So, just over a month and a half to go until that comes out. Now, actually something else to talk about too. Doctor Who has made an announcement this week, and that is the fact that the currently first story on BBC iPlayer, which is the Daleks, you know, the introduction of the most iconic Doctor Who villain of all time, is going to be colourised. Yep, we will see the currently first 7 episodes of Doctor Who in colour, which is really cool. And I believe they're going to try and aim for a 23rd of November release date for that, as that is, of course, when Doctor Who first premiered with An Unearthly Child back in '63. Now, of course, An Unearthly Child is still absent from BBC iPlayer, so that's a bit sad, but still a pretty good story arc to start on. Again, the most iconic villains in Doctor Who being introduced, you know, for the first time, so that was pretty cool. I have watched it, and I loved it. It was so cool to see so many familiar things from such a long time ago. Like, you have the Doctor, you have the TARDIS, the Daleks. It was all there, but it just seemed so weird seeing it from so long ago. So, yeah, I just really loved those episodes. Hopefully the Daleks show up again soon. I don't know when they show up next, because I'm still very new to classic Doctor Who. I'm hoping to get Season 1 done in the next week or so. Like, I'm planning to do it a season every couple of weeks, so I'm going to try and finish Classic Who as quick as I can, and then move on to the TV movie, which is on BBC iPlayer, by the way. I finally looked, it is on there. I've watched Tales of the TARDIS as well, which I think I've mentioned. But yeah, I'm really loving classic Doctor Who so far. Haven't got too far through it yet, but I'm planning to start watching it again over the next couple of days, try and get through Season 1 as quickly as possible, and then go through Season 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 26, which is, of course, when it got cancelled back in 1989. And then, of course, TV movie in 1996, and then the big revival back in 2005, which is what I'm most familiar with. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of classic Doctor Who. I'm very much anticipating the 4th Doctor, and honestly the 3rd, due to one particular companion. This will be a surprise to probably nobody, but it's Sarah Jane Smith. You know, my age, we all grew up watching Sarah Jane Adventures, and of course Sarah Jane is probably one of the most iconic Doctor Who companions of all time. Of course, Elizabeth Sladen, who played her, was taken from us way too soon, back in 2012, I think it was, which actually cut the Sarah Jane Adventures short. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Sarah Jane for the first time. Probably going to cry, I've got to be honest. I have seen clips from the episode that she was introduced in, and I've actually seen the scene in which she debuted, so I'm really looking forward to seeing Sarah Jane for what is basically the first time. So I'm really going to try and get to the third Doctor as quickly as possible, because I believe she was one of his first companions, if not his very first. I'm not sure, though. But yeah, I'm just very excited to get to that. But of course, I'm very much looking forward to watching all of it. And I've even met a couple of classic Doctors at Wales Comic Con in the past. Specifically the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison, and the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. So I'm very much looking forward to getting to those two in particular. And of course, I have also met David Tennant, which was incredible. I've got to be honest, he was so lovely. Even though I only had a short amount of time to speak to him, as he was, well, the queue was out the door. It was so big. And he was just a really nice man. So yeah, I can't wait to watch the rest of Classic Who. And I don't think it's going to take me as long as I thought it would. I was expecting it'd be like a year-long thing. Although looking at it, it may not take that long, because while there are more episodes per season, the episodes are a hell of a lot shorter. Like, nowadays, you have around 13 episodes a season that are around 45 minutes. The Dalek story was 7 episodes long, but at 20 minutes each, so it may not take as long as I thought. But, yeah, it takes as long as it takes. I will let you guys know as soon as I've finished, of course, because that will have been one hell of a thing to do, watching 693 episodes of Doctor Who. Yikes! And then, of course, the rest of it, including the TV movie. But yeah. Oh, also, the BBC has also announced that they are going to try, well, specifically Russell T Davies has announced he's going to try and get the 50th anniversary documentary type thing, an adventure in space and time, onto BBC iPlayer as well, which was basically a documentary-ish about the, well, it was more of a retelling of the making of Doctor Who back in the 60s, featuring, Verity Lambert, Waris Hussein, which was played by Sacha Dhawan, also known as the Master now, which is really cool. And of course, it featured the debut of David Bradley as William Hartnell, who, as we know from the last episode of the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, actually went on to play the First Doctor. So he's played both the actor who played the First Doctor and the First Doctor himself, which is so cool. So yeah, and I really liked that documentary back in the day. I really enjoyed watching it. It was so good. So I really can't wait to see that on BBC iPlayer, should Russell T Davies be able to get it on there. Fingers crossed he can, because it'd be just really cool to get that back on, because it hasn't been seen, well, probably since it came out. So I'd really like to see that again. And if it's on iPlayer, that means it'd probably be available permanently. So get in. Now, moving on to this weekend's race. Well, Friday was a bit of a disaster. There was, of course, a bit of a storm during qualifying for this race today. It did get ended early, if I remember rightly. Of course, Charles Leclerc, I think, had an incident along with Oscar Piastri. Thankfully, they were both okay and managed to avoid properly crashing, which I've got to say was quite impressive considering the high wind speeds, because they were incredibly high. Like, wow. I believe it was 104 kilometers an hour, which, if I remember rightly, translates to roughly 62 miles an hour, so that is some insane wind speeds. And it was rapidly changing direction too, so that made life a hell of a lot harder for the drivers. But yesterday, in the sprint shootout and the qualifying, and the sprint race, the first session was ended early due to a incident between Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso, which has somehow stirred up some controversy. As quite clearly you could see, Esteban Ocon lost the rear of the car and smashed into Fernando Alonso. However, Esteban has claimed that he didn't lose the car, which in my opinion may make him look a bit worse, as that would imply he either lost the rear end on purpose or crashed into Fernando on purpose. That's just me anyway, but yeah, I think it would have been probably better for Esteban to go with the whole, yeah, my rear end did step out, because you can even see it in the replay footage and his onboard when he is trying to control the car as the rear end is getting lost. So, yeah, that stirred up some rather surprising controversy. I wasn't expecting that, really. It was eventually marked as a racing incident, as, you know, in reality, Esteban did lose the rear end of the car, thus causing him to crash into Fernando and, well, take himself out of qualifying, and almost Fernando Alonso, but he did manage to get back out. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting that, to be honest, because it was pretty cut and dry. Like, Esteban very clearly lost the rear end of the car, very clearly smacked into Fernando Alonso, and then spun off into a wall. That was, frankly, clear as day to see, so yeah, that happened. And then, of course, Lando Norris went on to qualify on pole for the sprint race. However, lost it after 2 seconds, with Max Verstappen overtaking him as he was in P2, but not for very long. And then Max, of course, in Max Verstappen style, went on to dominate the whole sprint race. However, in qualifying on Friday for the main race today, Max Verstappen also qualified on pole. So, this could very well be another Max Verstappen masterclass. But we'll wait and see. Weirder things have happened. So, my usual questions are incoming right now. Who's going to win the race? Is it going to be Max? Is it going to be Lando? Is it going to be Perez even? Or is it going to be Leclerc, who's on P2? Or somebody else completely? Who's going to finish on the podium alongside the winner? So who's going to finish second and third? Who's going to round out the points? So who's going to finish everywhere down to 10th? Who's going to finish outside the points? And the big one, who isn't going to finish at all? So who's going to crash out of the race, or have an engine failure, or some kind of hydraulics failure perhaps? Who's going to not finish, and why? What's going to happen to them? What are your thoughts on that? And will there be any yellow flags, red flags, safety cars, or virtual safety cars? All this be a clean straight-through race, which by my calculations will be on for an hour and 22 minutes, provided everything goes to plan. Which frankly has happened a lot more times this season than I was expecting. Yeah, I've never seen a season have this many smooth races. So hey, I will definitely take that. And as always, I will be signing off this stream after the checkered flag, rather than the podium ceremony as I used to, as that took a very long time, and let's face it, eventually it all became the same thing. Again and again and again. So, I'm gonna go off after the end of the checkered flag, and that'll be it for today. No Stancast tonight, as the race would actually clash. And also, one last thing, just a reminder, I'm not covering Las Vegas in 2 weeks, as it is on way too early for my health to cope with at the moment. So the next time I'm doing this is actually the last one of the season, Abu Dhabi. Anyway, we're about 15 minutes away from the race start now, so I'm going to quickly tune in and see what's going on. 1 second, please. Yep. Okay, we're getting there, slowly but surely. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 1 second, guys. Okay, there we go. Right. And we're in business. And my headphones are working as normal. because they were doing a weird glitch last time where turning the volume down would turn them up, and turning them up would turn them down, so that's been fixed, it seems, again. Okay, again, we're about 15 minutes away from the race start now, so I'm expecting in any moment we'll have this year's rendition of the, of course, Brazilian national anthem, performed by, I'm not sure who this time. We'll find out in a moment, probably. Okay, just got an interview with Fred Vasseur here, team principal of Ferrari, who has done pretty well for the team, all things considered. Of course, Ferrari haven't had the best of seasons, but they've definitely had a better season than they could have with the car that they've got, because, I've got to be honest, this SF23 has been a huge step down from last year's F175, so I'll admit, with the resources that Fred's had this year, he's definitely done a good job for the team, but as you guys know, for me, team principal of the year, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to have to be James Vowles of Williams. Of course, stepped away from Mercedes last year to go and forge his own path as a team principal, chose Williams. At the time, the worst team on the grid, literally 10th in the 2022 Constructors' Championship, and they are now very firmly in 7th. They have hopped up 3 places. They have hopped up 3 places in 1 year. That should have taken years. So frankly, James Vowles, for me, is absolutely team principal of the year. Without shadow of a doubt, no one else, in my opinion, has even come close to matching how good he's been for that team this year. So I can't wait to see him again next year. And now I've got the Brazilian national anthem for 2023 Brazilian Grand Prix. And that was a brilliant rendition of the national anthem of Brazil, played on ukulele and, of course, sung by vocals. And, of course, at the very end, a very lovely shot of the Ayrton Senna statue, because, of course, Ayrton Senna made that anthem very familiar back in the 80s and 90s to F1 fans. Of course, next year will be a very tragic year, marking the 30th anniversary of his very untimely passing in Imola, 1994. So, that will definitely be marked in some very significant way, no doubt. Like, obviously, Ayrton Senna was a very big name in the sport, again, through the 80s and 90s, doing what would have been a whole decade in the sport had he survived the 1994 season, because, of course, he started in 84 with Tolman, and then moved on to Lotus the next season, and stayed there until 1986, and then, of course, he moved on to probably his most successful team by far, McLaren, and, of course, achieving his greatest success in 1988 in that oh-so-dominant McLaren MP44, the now second most dominant F1 car in the history of the sport, of course, only usurped this year by the Red Bull RB19. And I've noticed something about that, by the way. The McLaren MP44 was powered by a Honda V6 1.6 litre turbo engine. The Red Bull RB19 is powered by, get this, a Honda V6 1.6 litre turbo hybrid engine. It's basically the same engine. Only Honda could strike lightning in the same place twice. Like that. Like, that is some skill there from Honda. You know, they got the most dominant F1 car twice in a row with almost the same engine. That's impressive. Like, I wonder how long it's going to take Honda to realise that. To be fair, they probably already have. But I just think that's a really cool thing, that they're almost the exact same engine powering the two most dominant F1 cars of all time. Up to this point, of course. Future cars are yet to be seen, and you never know. There could be a car that wins every race in a season, which would just be insane. Now, we're about just over 8 minutes away from the race start, so should be getting ready for lights out in a couple of minutes. Then we'll have the track information and, of course, the grid for today. But yeah, this race should be on for just over an hour and 20 minutes, clocking in at my estimation an hour and 22 minutes. So this should be a pretty quick race, actually. I believe one of the shortest of the season. Again, the average lap time's around 1 minute 10.6, I think, was Max's fastest lap on. No, sorry. Max's pole position lap for this race was a 1 minute 10.7, whereas Lando Norris's pole lap for the sprint was a whole tenth quicker, 1 minute 10.6. So we're looking at 1 minute 10.5 seconds per lap here. So this race should be over pretty quickly, frankly. Again, one of the quickest of the season. Then, of course, we've got Las Vegas in 2 weeks, which, again, I'm not covering on stream as that is on way too early for me. And then, of course, I will be covering the final race of the season, which is, of course, the 2023 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So, yeah, I'm sure looking forward to this race, of course. Brazil is always a good one. In fact, the last two seasons, 2021 and 2022, out of every race in both of those seasons, Brazil had the highest number of overtakes in both seasons. So this race should be a good one. Because I know a couple of races this season haven't been the best in terms of overtaking, but this one should be good. Like, as I said, out of the last two seasons, in each season, Brazil has had the highest amount of overtakes of any race in both seasons. So it had the highest number of overtakes in 2021 and the highest number of overtakes in 2022. And I have a strange feeling it's going to maintain that little run of highest overtakes in 2023 as well. Because it's always been a good track for overtaking. It has been for a very, very long time now. So I don't expect that to change this year. Yeah, I just can't wait for this race, because Brazil, as I said, it's always a good one. Has a bazillion overtakes, so I'm going to have my work cut out today. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep track of as many as I can, but I just can't wait, because it's always a fun one to watch. Very unpredictable too, like, obviously, all those overtakes can mean even a few lead changes, and it all, let's face it, the only lead change that matters is the last one. Like, the last lead change is obviously going to be the winner of the race, so out of every lead change that happens, the one that matters really is the final one. And of course, the one lap that really matters is the last lap. So I can't wait to see who's going to be in the lead on the last lap. As I said, will it be Max Verstappen or somebody else completely? Of course, Charles Leclerc is going to be chomping at the bit to get his first race win of the season. Because, of course, his teammate has had a race win this season, but he has not. So no doubt Charles Leclerc will be gunning for the win today, if he can. Ugh. Okay. Okay, we're just seeing some iconic moments from each turn here. And now we're seeing the moment that Lewis Hamilton won his first World Championship in 2008. And Max Verstappen's iconic drift, which I've got to say, when I saw that, really impressed me. Like, any other driver would have spun out, but no, Max Verstappen managed to keep it perfect. But now we've got the F1 intro. Okay, and that's that done. Now we've got the track information. Okay. And this is the 50th F1 race in Brazil. Just want to point that one out. Okay. 71 laps, 2.67 miles, 15 turns, 42.98 metres of elevation throughout the track. Now we're just going to see some more iconic moments from each part of the track, turns 1 and 2. Esteban Ocon versus Max Verstappen in 2018. And then we have, next up, Kvyat versus Perez in 2014 at turn 4. And Kvyat overtaking Perez quite well, actually. Then we have turn 12, Schumacher versus Lacey back in 1994. With Michael Schumacher almost overtaking Jean Lacey, but not quite. Now we have the tyre compounds for this race. We have the C2, the hard tyre, the C3, the medium tyre, and the C4, the soft tyre, which is almost the softest in the Pirelli range, but not quite. Now we have the grid. Okay. So in last place we have Zhou Guanyu, and 19th we have Logan Sargent, and then we have in 18th Valtteri Bottas, and 17th is Daniel Ricciardo. Next we have in 16th Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly after a penalty. Then we have Esteban Ocon in 14th, also with a penalty, and Alex Albon in 13th. Then we have Kevin Magnussen in 12th and Nico Hülkenberg in 11th. That's a Haas 6th row lockout. Oscar Piastri in 10th and Sergio Perez in 9th. Then we have George Russell in 8th after a penalty and Carlos Sainz in 7th. And we have Lando Norris in 6th and Lewis Hamilton in 5th. And then we have Fernando Alonso in 4th and Lance Stroll in 3rd. So that's an Aston Martin 2nd row lockout. Then we have Charles Leclerc in 2nd, and of course on pole is Max Verstappen. And today Red Bull are going to be trying to break Mercedes' record of 19 races won in a season, and break their most laps led in a season record, of which they're currently 63 short. So if they lead all of today, they will, 1, beat that most races won in a season record, and 2, break the record for the most laps led in a season, both held by Mercedes. Okay, we're a couple minutes away now. Well, actually, we should be underway any moment now, to think of it, for the formation lap. Yep, the tyre blankets are just ready to come off. Then everyone's going to start... Oh, they're coming off now, so they're just going to start peeling off the track now, ready to go for the race start. Well, the mechanics, I mean. So all the mechanics are kind of running off the track now over the pit wall. Okay, and off they go for the formation lap. Okay, and the tyre strategies are soft for 20 laps, medium for 29, and soft for 22 laps, or soft for 19 laps, medium for 32, and medium for 20 laps. So, those are both 2-stop strategies, which would be the optimum strategies, I guess. So that would be the best start strategy, well, both. That would be the 2 best strategies for every team to use. Will they be used? We'll wait and see. Okay, now I've got an onboard here, Lewis Hamilton, going through the formation lap, looking very determined to win his second home race, technically, because as of 2022, he is an honorary Brazilian citizen, so that's really cool. So, technically, this is Lewis Hamilton's second home race, which is pretty cool. You know, he is massively loved in Brazil. Like, oh, right, Charles Leclerc's out on the formation lap. He's crashed on the formation lap. Oh, never mind. Whoops. Okay. Oh, nope. He's up and running again. That is a lot of damage to the front wing, so, we'll wait and see how this goes. But, yeah. I think they'll have to do a second formation lap here. Possibly. Oh. Oh. Hydraulic failure. Right. Okay, so it looks like, yep, Leclerc is out of the race before it's even begun. Here's a replay of the accident. Whoa, okay, yeah, he just spun. Whoops! Oh dear. Okay, that's... Right. And actually, Carlos Sainz had the same issue in Mexico. So, if you remember rightly, oh yeah, that, ouch. And Leclerc's team radio was basically him saying, well, why am I so unlucky, you know? You've got to feel for him, you know? He has had a lot of bad luck this season in particular, so... Ugh. So now that bumps everyone up a position, technically, although not on the grid. So second place will actually be empty. Oh, and we have sold-out attendance for the weekend, 267,000 across it. Now we've got the green flag waving, 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights. And we are underway for the 2023 Brazilian Grand Prix. And unsurprisingly, Max Verstappen has gotten away very quickly, but... Oh, and there is a massive incident behind. Oh, that's one of the Hasses and Anna Williams. Okay. Right. I've got a yellow flag. Okay. Right, this is going to be a safety car, almost guaranteed. Right. Yeah, Max Verstappen has gotten away, and Lando Norris is up into second. Good God, what the... And yeah, we've got a safety car. Chaos. This has been pure and utter chaos. Right, what the hell happened there? Huh. Okay, so we've got a Haas and a Williams. And it's Kevin Magnussen and Alex Albon. Okay. And we've got the medical car already there, thank goodness. Magnussen is out of the car. I don't know about Alex Albon, though. I don't know. Alex Albon is also out. Okay, he's with the, he's getting into the medical car now, probably with Kevin Magnussen. Oh, that is a very destroyed Williams there. Oof. Okay, let's see what happened here, because that was just mental. Yeah, that was, 4 wide. I was expecting something to go wrong there with, the 2 Astons, Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris. Like, I was expecting that to go wrong. Then Alex Albon and, Kevin Magnussen just kind of took me by surprise, and okay. Yeah, that was nasty. Oof. Right, yep. He got tapped by both Hasses, actually, Hulkenberg and Magnussen, but thankfully for Hulkenberg, he got away scot-free. Oof. And they'll be led through the pit lane to avoid the debris, because of course it was on turn 1, so... And it's kind of spread all over turn 1, so they're being led through the pit lane until it's cleared, which makes a lot of sense. So instead of doing the first couple of turns, they'll go through the pit lane instead. Okay. Oh... Right, this is going to be a bit of a race of attrition, I think. I think it might end up being a race of who's going to finish, rather than who's going to finish first. I hope I'm wrong, but the formation and the first lap tell me otherwise. And, oh, we have a red flag. Okay, that's now 2 races in a row that we've had a red flag. Right. Oh, yep. Oh, and I think Alex Albon's tyre actually hit one of the Alpha Tauris. Right, so lap 2, we've got a red flag. Okay, that's a thing, so I don't even know where everyone is on the grid now. And Oscar Piastri is also out of the race. Okay. Right, I don't know what the hell's happened to Piastri there, but he's out too. Oof. Right, so the grid order when we restart will be Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton, Alonso, Stroll, Russell, Perez, Sainz, Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, Bottas, Zhou, Sargent, Hulkenberg, and Ricciardo. Well then, yikes. Okay, that's, okay, yep, that's a thing that's happened. Woof. Okay. Right, looks as if everyone's getting ready to go to the end of the pit lane, ready for the restart, whenever that's going to happen. Okay. Oh, correction, Oscar Piastri are going to see if they can repair the car, so... that would mean that the last 3 places are Hulkenberg, Piastri, Ricciardo. So, potentially, Oscar Piastri might not be out, but we'll wait and see. Okay, well, this has, taken a couple of very unexpected turns. Oof. Well then. Okay. And it looks as if there's something wrong with Ricardo's car as well, so I'll keep you updated on that as well. Okay, and there's the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc being picked up. Okay. Right, everyone's pulling back into their garages now. Huh. Well, I can't say I was expecting any of that. Yeah, that took me kinda by surprise, to say the least. Hopefully we'll get a bit of a restart time soon, because, well, oof. That's pretty much all I can say. I can't say I expected any of that. That was a bit nuts, really. Okay, and thankfully the cleanup process is well underway now, so hopefully we'll get a restart time soon as well. We could have been a fair few laps into this race by now, possibly even pushing on lap 10, maybe. But, eek, that was just complete and utter, unadulterated chaos. That was mental. Okay, and this is the fourth race to be red flagged of this season. So that's a pretty good ratio, to be honest. 22 races, only 4 to be red flagged. That's pretty good. That was nuts. That was just completely mental. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. Well, except for Spa 1998. Or was it 97? Either way, you know the one where, well, half the grid kind of crashed on the first. Actually, from the start, like, after turn 1, everyone just kind of crashed into each other. Very few cars actually restarted the race. Yeah, if you've seen the one, you'll know the one I mean. I just can never remember if it was 1997 or 1998. It was definitely one of the two. I can just never remember which. Anyway, when we restart this race, we'll be on lap, well, technically on lap 4, because formation lap, unless they do a rolling start. Yeah, we'll be on lap 4 when this starts. We're currently on lap 3. And just to remind you of the restart order: Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton, Alonso, Stroll, Russell, Perez, Sainz, Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, Bottas, Zhou, Sargent, Hulkenberg, possibly Piastri, and Ricciardo. But I'll keep you updated on Piastri. And out of this race now are Charles Leclerc on the formation lap, Kevin Magnussen, and Alex Albon on the start, on the pit straight. Oh, and it looks like Kevin Magnussen took out Oscar Piastri's rear wing, so that would explain why Oscar was potentially out of this race. Ah. Okay. There's about a dozen marshals working on the tyre barrier, so hopefully that can be fixed soon. And then they just got to clear all the debris out of the way. So hopefully we shouldn't be too long getting this race back underway for hopefully what will be a clean run from here to the end. Fingers crossed! Because, yikes, I'm just watching the restart again. Well, re-watching the start, and yikes. That was not good. Yeah, that was a whole racing incident, you know. It was just pure bad luck, really, to be honest. Ooh, ow. I can't lie. Seeing that from Nico Hulkenberg's perspective reminded me a lot of the Ferrari Max Verstappen sandwich in I think it was Abu Dhabi in 2017. Again, you know the one I mean, where Kimi Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel both sandwiched Max Verstappen in on the race start, and I think it was Kimi and Max both got knocked out of the race. That again, seeing that from Hulkenberg's perspective, really reminded me of that crash. So yeah, I think that's exactly what happened there. So yikes. It was either Abu Dhabi or I can't even remember what the other option was. I think it was Abu Dhabi, yeah. But yeah, that incident really reminded me of that. Or was it Singapore? I don't remember, but you all know the one I mean. Like, the one where Max got off the start line and then the Ferraris both came in, the side of him, sandwiched him in, and then chaos ensued. Okay, that was just absolute insanity there. I can't think of another word to describe it. That was just pure chaos. But yeah, hopefully the race restarts soon so we can get back underway and hopefully get this finished off as quickly as possible. And now we're seeing a very despondent Charles Leclerc. Unsurprisingly, in the Ferrari garage, he's not looking very happy with himself. That was just nuts. No way to describe it, really. It was Singapore that incident happened between Kimi Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel, and Max Verstappen. But yeah, it was complete. It was very reminiscent of that from Nico Hulkenberg's onboard in 2017, yeah. Okay, well then, looks like this red flag may be around for a little while. I'm not sure how long, hopefully not too long, because, of course, we do have a race to hopefully finish. If not, it'll go down to the timer, and then we may not get full points. Oh, this could be getting very complicated very soon. Depending on how quickly this gets restarted, this could be getting very complicated. Ugh. Yep, that was just crazy. I'm now seeing a lot of different perspectives of this crash here. Yeah, all I'm seeing is Raikkonen, Vettel and Verstappen 2017 in Singapore. Yep. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, we have a message from Race Control. Let me see if I can zoom in and see it. Oh, race restart time in 10 minutes. Okay. Right. Well, 9 minutes now. Okay, so the race is going to be restarting very soon, and hopefully we can get the whole thing done. Okay, so at least we know when we're going to be getting back underway. In about 10 minutes, so we should be underway very soon. And then we can get the last 60-something laps done. Ugh. Now, does this mean that Oscar Piastri will have enough time to get his car repaired and restart the race with the rest of the grid? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully he can, because this would be a very unfortunate end to his first Brazilian Grand Prix. But we'll wait and see. Hopefully McLaren can fix that car. But hopefully, well, let's just hope that they can do it. Oh, it was the AlphaTauri of Ricciardo that was hit by that tyre. Aha. Will Ricciardo restart? Again, hopefully, but there's no guarantee. Okay. Carlos Sainz does not like his clutch. Okay. In fact, he said he wants it gone as soon as they get back to Maranello. So, oh, okay. That's yikes. Right, so Sainz does not like his clutch. Ugh. Okay, now we've got an interview with Charles Leclerc. Okay, Charles just said that it wasn't a hydraulic issue. He knows what it is, but he can't go into detail. Okay. Then he also had an engine issue which caused him to spin. Right, so it wasn't a hydraulic issue, but he did lose steering. Did the steering arm snap? If so, that is a massive problem that Carlos Sainz is going to have to be very wary of. Like, the only thing I could think of, aside from an outright hydraulics failure for losing his steering, is the steering arm snapping, which would mean that his steering wheel would literally do nothing. Okay! That could be very interesting, if that is the case. And again, if that is the case, Carlos Sainz is going to have to be very careful in avoiding that. Well, how you could avoid that, I don't really know, but I think he's just going to have to hope and pray that that doesn't happen to him. Okay, Alex Albon's back at Williams now. And it looks like Oscar Piastri is coming back out on track for the restart. And so is Nico Hülkenberg after his contact in the Albon Magnussen incident. So they'll both be restarting, and so should everybody else be, I'd hope. Paris radio. Okay. So, another formation lap and standing start. So we'll be starting this race again on lap 4. Okay. Right, so anyone who restarts after damage is going to be restarting from the pit lane. So that will mean Piastri and Hülkenberg will be starting from the pit lane. And I think Ricciardo too. Okay. Okay, so the race should be restarting in about 2 minutes now, which is pretty good. Oh, well then, that didn't quite go as expected. Not at all. Okay, right. So it's going to be a standing start again, so formation lap and then standing start. And there's Ricardo. Okay, so he is coming back out on this race. But it's going to be a pit lane start, I believe. Okay, now we're getting ready to get back to the grid. Oh, and a couple of cars are already out, so the race shall begin momentarily. Okay, this is going to be a very interesting restart. We got Norris and Hamilton behind Verstappen now, rather than the two Aston Martins. But the two Aston Martins are behind them, so this could be quite an interesting restart, to be honest with you. Okay. Right. Okay, the last few cars are lining up on the grid now, and of course, those cars who were doing the pit lane start are heading back into the pit lane. Okay, lights are going on again. And we're off once again for the Brazilian Grand Prix, attempt 2. Okay. Okay. And everyone's made it through turn 1 this time. Thank goodness for that. Whew. And Fernando Alonso has overtaken Lewis Hamilton for 3rd place. Good God. Okay. And Hamilton is coming back at Alonso. I will admit, when these two have a battle on the track, it always lasts a while, and it is good to watch. They make it interesting, let's say that. Okay. Okay, now we got Gasly being overtaken by Sainz and almost being overtaken by Tsunoda. Okay, this is what I mean about this track being a very overtakey track. Like, a lot of overtakes tend to happen here, so this is going to be a very busy race for me to keep track of all these. Okay, and here comes the Haas of Nico Hülkenberg overtaking. I think that's almost overtaking Tsunoda. Okay, right. Okay. Okay, and Albon and Magnussen are not under a further investigation for the Turn 1 incident on lap 1. Okay, that makes sense. It was just a racing incident, to be honest. Okay. Everyone seems to be getting in single file now for a little bit. That probably won't last too long, because I think we have Carlos Sainz gunning it for Lance Stroll right now for 7th, so this could be a move that happens pretty soon, I'd imagine. Okay, and Max Verstappen has fastest lap. 1 minute 15.745 seconds, okay. And DRS is now enabled on lap 6. Okay. George Russell said, let's work together, I won't attack in these early laps. So in other words, Mercedes duoing, they're going to be doing some major teamwork here. Okay. And Lando Norris is still within DRS range of Max Verstappen, so maybe take a look, maybe have a look for some overtakes for the lead soon. Like, this could be the first of a couple of lead changes, perhaps. Wait and see. Okay. Oh, now Lando Norris got the fastest lap. 1 minute 14.940 seconds. Okay. And this is Lando Norris still chasing Max Verstappen for the lead, so ooh, this could be interesting. Okay, now Lando Norris is chasing Max Verstappen on the main pit straight here. Ooh, just not close enough. That was incredibly close, I've got to be honest. It would have been one hell of a dive on the outside to get him. But he's not quite there, but he's about to have DRS again, and is going for it. And still doesn't quite get it done? Okay. Okay. And unfortunately for Piastri and Ricciardo, They're both down a lap as they made a pit lane start. Okay. Okay, so Verstappen is now out of Lando Norris's DRS range, so this could be over for now at least, but maybe not over. Okay, so we're on to lap 9 now. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so now Max Verstappen is starting to pull away a bit. 1.8 seconds ahead of Lando Norris now, which isn't as much of a gap as he usually has. Oh, Russell radio. Okay. Now George Russell's a bit worried as Perez behind him is getting very close. Okay, so now we're on to lap 10. But Perez is under attack from Lance Stroll here, so George Russell may feel a bit of relief soon, possibly. Well, no, actually, Perez is very close to George Russell as well. Ugh. Okay, and here comes Sergio Perez to try and overtake George Russell, but does not get it done at the moment. Okay, lap 11 now. Okay. George Russell is still under threat from Sergio Perez here, but Perez isn't quite putting the car in just the right place to overtake. Okay. Here comes Sergio Perez, but I think he's going to run out of road. Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah, he just ran out of straight there. Okay, oh, Valtteri Bottas replay. And he is overtaking Nico Hulkenberg there for 12th place. Not bad. Okay. Oh, Alonso radio. Okay. They're just reporting to Fernando Alonso that they're still on plan A for the pit stops. So they're not changing the plan in any way. Okay. Now we've got George Russell still being chased down by Sergio Perez here, so I've got a feeling this battle could be going on for a fair while. Oh, never mind, that's Sergio Perez completely blitzing George Russell there on lap 14. But George Russell does seem to be trying to come back on Sergio Perez here. They're going to wheel, and it looks like, for the moment, nope. For a second it looked like George Russell had it back, but not for long. Okay, and even Lance Stroll is trying to overtake George Russell now, and Ocon and Sargent swap places for a second there, but not quite. Oh, and Ocon is into the pits now. Okay. 3.1 second there. 3.1 second stop there for Esteban Ocon. Not bad. And that was the first pit stop of the race. Okay. And now we got Lance Stroll defending against Carlos Sainz, so this could give George Russell a bit of air to breathe. Bit of room to breathe here. Okay. Oh, Russell radio again. Okay, George Russell's not particularly happy right now. So he's been told to manage his tyres, but that also means he is going to start losing positions here. Okay. Oh, now we've got, I think that's Piastri on Hulkenberg there. Damn, okay. Ooh. And Sonoda almost slid off track then, okay. Okay, now we've got Perez looking to overtake Hamilton, and he does it. Okay, that's not particularly good for Hamilton. Very good for Perez. Okay, and Hamilton is trying to get back at Sergio Perez, but can't quite seem to get around him. Okay. So it looks as if now Sergio Perez is going to be very slowly chasing down Fernando Alonso, because Lewis Hamilton has left him a hell of a gap to make up, and specifically an 8.1 second gap. So that's going to take a while to get through for Sergio Perez. Okay, and there's Lewis Hamilton actually coming into the pits. Speaking of him. Okay, and that is a 2.7 second stop for Hamilton. Not bad. Oh, and Valtteri Bottas is into the pits as well. And that will be a 2.9 second stop for Valtteri Bottas. Pretty good as well. Oh, Norris radio. Okay. Lando's been told to pick up the pace a bit. Oh, Russell radio. Now, Russell's been told to pit as well, so that's 2 stops for Mercedes done. Okay. .9 second stop for Russell. Not too bad. Ooh, Hamilton radio. Right. Okay, so Lewis has been reporting there's a problem with his front left and it's starting to steer right on its own. Okay. Carlos Sainz here. Looking, pardon me, to overtake Lance Stroll for 5th place. Oh, Paris has been told to pit as well, so okay. And that is a 2.2 second stop for Perez. Wow, that's good. Okay. Okay, so Paris has dropped out between Hamilton and Russell there in 10th. Hamilton's up in 9th and Russell's in 11th. Okay, lap 21 now. So we've got 51 laps to go now. Okay. Here comes Carlos Sainz chasing down Lance Stroll again, but seems to be just a bit too far back to make an overtake attempt. But he's not far off, so maybe this next big straight might be the opportunity Carlos Sainz needs. Nope, not quite close enough. But Perez is again chasing down Lewis Hamilton here. Oh, and Hulkenberg's in the pits now. Oh, Perez radio. Okay, oh, Stroll's been told to pit, so that will put Carlos Sainz up into 4th now. Oh, and we got Perez behind Hamilton again, and looking for a lunge around the outside, and doesn't get it done. And Stroll's stop was a 2.5 second stop. And Perez is back in front of Hamilton again. Okay. Oh. And Zhou Guanyu's been told to retire the car. So that's our 4th retirement from this race. Okay. Okay, this is lap 24 now. Okay, and George Russell's been told that he's going on to plan B now. Whatever that'll be for his pit stops. Okay, we've got George Russell being overtaken by Lance Stroll there. Okay. Oh, Alonso has been told to pit now as well. Okay, and this will be a 2.8 second stop for Fernando Alonso there. Okay, and Piastri's stop, which has just happened, is going to be a... Oh, and Carlos Sainz has been told to pit as well. 2.2 for Oscar Piastri. Don't know what Carlos Sainz's stop's going to be. Okay, lap 27 now. And here comes Carlos Sainz into the pits. Oh, and that is an Alpine of Pierre Gasly as well coming into the pits. And Yuki Tsunoda, okay. Sainz's stop will be a 2.3 second stop. Oh, bit of an unsafe release there. And Gasly's will be a 4.1 second stop, and Tsunoda's is unclear. Yeah, I don't know what Tsunoda's time is in the pits, unfortunately. Oh, and Max Verstappen's been told to pit now as well. Oh, and so has Lando Norris. Okay, and 2.2 for Verstappen pit stop, and Norris's is going to be a 2.6 second stop. Also, guys, sorry about the fireworks that are now going off. It is bonfire night, so it's gonna happen, I'm afraid. Okay, Carlos Sainz stop was a 2.3. Okay. Here we are. Oh, yeah, it's a bit of an unsafe release from Ferrari there. Oh. Okay. Lap 28 now. Okay. Hold on, guys. Just gotta go for a minute. Be right back. 2 minutes. Well, 1 minute, hopefully. And I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to go there for a second. But I'm now back. Hopefully I haven't missed anything major. I think I missed an overtake there. Whoops. But I'm back now and we'll be here until the checkered flag, as I said. Again, nowadays I'm not signing off after the podium ceremony. I'm signing off after the checkered flag. Whew. Okay, Hamilton's up into 6th now, it looks like, and Russell's in 7th. Okay. Okay, now we're on to lap 31. 41 to go. As a result. Okay, and there's Pierre Gasly overtaking Logan Sargent there for 11th. Pretty clean overtake, to be honest. Okay. And there's Valtteri Bottas being overtaken by Pierre Gasly there. Esteban Ocon's in the pits now. Okay, it looks as if Perez will be in within striking distance of Fernando Alonso within the next 2 laps or so. We'll wait and see how that one pans out. George Russell radio again. Okay. Looks as if Russell's wanting to swap him and Lewis Hamilton around because at the moment George Russell does seem to be the much quicker car, frankly. Okay. George Russell is now very much under threat from Carlos Sainz now. Ooh. Okay, you're now seeing a bit of a front wing shot of Carlos Sainz gunning down, well, trying to hunt down George Russell here. Let's see how this one goes. Pardon me. Hamilton radio. Right. Lewis has said he's starting to struggle with his tyres here. Okay. And it looks like George Russell, yep, is about to be overtaken by Carlos Sainz, and he has been. Okay. So it looks as if Lewis Hamilton is now going to be under threat from Carlos Sainz as well. As Carlos is already very close to Lewis Hamilton here. Okay, now we got Sonoda overtaking Valtteri Bottas for 10th place. Oh, And Lando Norris has got the fastest lap of 1 minute 14.845 seconds. And there's Carlos Sainz overtaking Lewis Hamilton too. Okay. Okay, well, Max Verstappen has stolen back the fastest lap. 1 minute 14.682 seconds. Okay. Okay. Now we've got Verstappen just coming over the line to start lap 39. We've got around 33 laps left to go now, I think. By my calculations. Yep, that sounds about right. Nope, 32, sorry. Okay, and here's Esteban Ocon overtaking Nico Hulkenberg here. Pretty impressively done. Okay, lap 40 now. 30... No, sorry, now we're on 32 laps to go. No, that's... We're on 32 laps to go now. So yeah, the last lap was 33 laps to go. My mistake. Excuse me. Oh. And Valtteri Bottas is retiring from the race too. So now we've got our first double retirement from Alfa Romeo. Oh. So right now there are only 2 Ferrari-powered cars left in this race. Nico Hülkenberg and Carlos Sainz. Right, now to keep an eye on the other 2 remaining Ferraris. Or Ferrari-powered cars, I should say. Oh, wait, no, there should be another one out. 1 minute. Oh, no. Wait. Sainz, Hülkenberg, and... yeah, no, that's it now. Okay, now we're on 31 laps to go. Nope, now we're on 30 laps to go on lap 42. Okay. And George Russell's been told to lift and coast to manage engine temperatures. Oh dear. Okay, lap 43. 29 to go. And Pierre Gasly is now hunting down George Russell for 8th place. Okay. Okay, and here comes Pierre Gasly chasing down George Russell on the main straight, and here comes Pierre Gasly overtaking George Russell on the main straight. Okay, lap 44 now. Oh, Alonso radio. Okay. Basically, he's just been told, Fernando's been told to absolutely rinse his tyres. Just absolutely murder them to keep in front of Sergio Perez. And then, basically, when Fernando Alonso comes in, they want there to be absolutely no grip left in the tyres. They want Fernando to have absolutely murdered those tyres when he gets back to the pits. So in other words, Fernando's been told to go nuts. Drive like an absolute madman, which He probably will, because it's Fernando Alonso. Ooh, Gasly radio. And Gasly's reporting there's now something wrong with his brakes. Okay. This race could very well be a case of who's going to finish rather than who's going to finish first. Oh, we got Logan Sargent in the pits now. And Sargent's pit stop is going to be a... one that I can't see the time of again. Oh, never mind. 3.4 seconds. Not bad. Right, it looks as if both Alfa Romeos had the same problem as each other. And Lewis Hamilton's reporting he's having a bit of problems with keeping the car in control because he feels like it might be a bit gusty out there. Okay. And the current medium tyre pit window is open now, lap 46 to 52, so if you want to pit off of medium tyres, now would be the best time to do it, and actually, George Russell is taking full advantage of that, because he is pitting right now. Okay, and soft tyres, so this should take George Russell to the end, just about, because softs generally are good for about 20 laps, so if George Russell's careful, he could make them last the final 26 laps if he's really careful on them. So, we'll see how he gets on. Lap 47 now. Okay, so 25 laps to go. He should be able to maintain them there. Oh. Right. Hamilton's been told to use the tyres, and in a bit of a laugh, he said, "Yeah, I've been eating them for the last 5 laps, dude." Okay, so he's not quite happy right now. Oh, Perez has been in to the pits, 2.3 second stop, so, yeah, through a bit of a laugh, Hamilton said, "Yeah, I've been doing that for the last 5 laps." Okay, so he's going to be gunning it even more now, I'd imagine. Oh, and Hamilton, never mind, he's in the pits. That'll be a 3.1 second stop for Hamilton, and for Gasly, it's going to be a 2.5 second stop. That's pretty good. Just hope his brake issue doesn't rear its head again. Oh, Hulkenberg's in the pits now. And that's going to be a very long pit stop for him, it seems. 3.1 seconds. Okay, that's not actually too bad. Just took a while for the time to come up. Okay. And there's Perez overtaking Yuki Tsunoda there. Oh, and there's Hamilton overtaking Esteban Ocon there. Okay, that's pretty good, and that's for 8th place. Okay, Lewis Hamilton saying that he should have gone on to the hard tyre. Okay, interesting. Anyway, just a quick reminder. I'm going to be signing this one off after the checkered flag again, not the podium ceremony anymore. So, as soon as the last few cars cross the finish line for the final time for this race, I'll be signing off then. So, yeah, just a reminder for you all. And that's Pierre Gasly on the fastest lap, 1 minute 14.521 seconds. Wow. Okay, Pierre Gasly thanking Ocon for letting him overtake him. Okay, and that's Pierre Gasly overtaking Lewis Hamilton there for 8th, sorry. Oop, Hamilton's coming back at Gasly. But, pardon me, not quite getting it done. Okay. Okay, lap 51 now, 22 to go. Oop, Hamilton radio again. Oh, Hamilton said he's within Gasly's DRS, but he still can't catch him. Oof. Okay. Okay, 20 laps to go now. Oh, Carlos Sainz has been told to pit as well. Okay. There's Carlos Sainz into the pits. 2.8 seconds stop there. Not bad. Oh, Ocon's in the pits now. 2.8 second stop for him. Okay, and George Russell is now at risk of being lapped by Max Verstappen. Okay. Okay, and the gap crossing the the start-finish line was a exactly 1 second gap between Perez and Alonso, and Stroll's pitted out of the podium now, so that puts Alonso back up into the podium positions. So yeah, the gap crossing the start-finish line for Alonso and Perez there was exactly 1 second, which is damn impressive to do. Like, that doesn't happen very often, as I said a race or two ago. I don't remember when, but that doesn't happen very often. Like a second dead on, that doesn't really happen very often. Okay, that was a 4.3 second stop for Stroll, so a pretty slow stop because one of the tyres wouldn't go on, I think. I think it was one of the rear tyres. Okay, lap 54 now. And it looks as if Sergio Perez may be trying to overtake Fernando Alonso soon for third place. Esteban Ocon's got the fastest lap now, 1 minute 14.206 seconds. Okay. Now we got Perez still chasing down Fernando Alonso here. But still not quite close enough, or in the right place when he is close enough, to actually get the overtake done on Alonso. Okay, and Sergio Perez has the fastest lap now. A 1 minute 14.124 seconds. Okay. Oh, as Yuki Tsunoda in the pits now, and Max Verstappen's coming in as well. Got a 2.2 second stop for Tsunoda. That's a 2.5 second stop for Max Verstappen. Okay. And that at the moment puts Lando Norris in the lead. And Perez still can't get past Alonso here. Oh, Ricardo pit stop. Ricardo's pit stop time is going to be a 2.6 second stop. That's also pretty good. Oh. And George Russell has been sold to retire his Mercedes. Ah, his engine oil was beginning to overheat. Right, okay. Okay, looks as if McLaren might be getting ready for a pit stop for Lando Norris very soon. Oh, yep, Lando Norris is now coming into the pits. Okay, and there's a 2.5 second stop for Norris there. Oh, and there's Sergio Perez almost overtaking Fernando Alonso, but still not getting the job done. Like, Fernando does not want to give up this last podium place. Okay, and here comes Sergio Perez again. The end of lap 61 now. Still not close enough, though. Okay, this could be going on potentially to the very end of the race. Now, the entire grid, I'd like to point out, are all on softs now. Everyone who's still in the race is on soft tyres, which is also a pretty rare occurrence, actually. Oh, and Max Verstappen has the fastest lap again. Oh no, sorry, that was Norris getting the fastest first sector there. Okay, oh, and that's another fastest sector for Lando Norris and the fastest lap. 1 minute 12.466 seconds there. No, 486 seconds, sorry. 10 laps to go now. Also, Lando Norris's fast laps put him 2.5 seconds ahead of everyone else right now, which is nuts, really. That is insane speed there. Okay, lap 63 now. And Perez still nowhere near Alonso. Or nowhere near enough to overtake him. Okay, lap 64. Okay. And here we got Perez still chasing down Alonso, but he's just not anywhere near him. Like, there is no what. Like, wow. Okay, lap 65. Yeah, Perez really can't get this done, can he? just can't get that Aston Martin. And the current vote split for driver of the day is Lando Norris on 24%, Perez on 18%, and not so surprisingly, Fernando Alonso on 14%. Although I imagine if he maintains this third place here, that may change around. Okay, lap 66 now. Okay, 5 laps to go now. No, Perez still isn't getting this. This is interesting as hell. But yeah, thank you all for joining me on the stream. If you've liked it, please click the like button and then click my sub button as well as Roxanne's. Her channel's down in the description. My sub button is below the video title. Please click both our sub buttons. Then our bell icons to get both sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why not? And let me know what you thought of this race and AstCa news if there's anything that I missed. Once you've done that too, please follow me on the social medias. They'll be down in the link tree in the description. Below that, as I said, will be Roxanne's YouTube and website. And lastly, of course, please do share this stream with all your friends. They can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with this week's AstCa substitutes. And right now, for the last few laps of this race, with 4 to go. And it looks as if Piastri is still carrying some damage from his first lap incident. Oh dear, that didn't have time to repair. Okay, and here's Max Verstappen, who we haven't seen for a while, leading the race. Okay. And Alonso is still ahead of Sergio Perez on lap 69 here with 3 to go. Oof, this is going to be right to the wire, isn't it? Yeah. I can feel it. Oh, science radio. Oh. Now Carlos Sainz can't downshift. Oh dear. Okay, lap 70 now. Oh, and this could be Perez's chance, perhaps. Although maybe not, because Fernando Alonso is still a fair bit ahead. Oh. Oh, this could be it, this could be it. This could be it, and this is it. But maybe not, because Fernando Alonso is still very much right behind Sergio Perez here. Okay. Oh, and Alonso is coming back here a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now we're on to the last lap here. Okay. And Fernando Alonso is still looking to re-overtake Sergio Perez here. And there's Fernando Alonso re-overtaking Sergio Perez. Ooh! This is going to be an interesting end to this race. Okay, oh wow. And here comes Max Verstappen to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Once again, an absolute masterclass from Max Verstappen. Hasn't put a single foot wrong, once again. And here comes Lando Norris to take P2. But now, we've still got Sergio Perez and Fernando Alonso to sort out. See where they both end up. Okay. Oh. Okay. It looks as if Fernando Alonso is going to take P3 here. Yep. Looks as if, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, it looks like. And there's Fernando Alonso taking P3 in the race with... Woo! Yeah. Fernando Alonso was taken P3 by the skin of his teeth. That was incredible. Right, just waiting for the last few cars now to cross the finish line. Then I'll sign this one off. So, just waiting for Gasly, Ricciardo, Hamilton, and Tsunoda now. And that's it. Rightio then, so I'll see you all tomorrow with the AstCa substitute for this week, and next weekend, well, with an AstCast, but not an F1 race, because there isn't one next week. So, with that, I will say, bye everyone!